All right. Ready to go? Y'all ready at the jail?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is November the 27th. The time is 10:51 a.m. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court first appearance. My name is Judge Daniel Nagel. I'm going to go over some preliminary instructions with you, and hopefully this will speed up the process and allow us to work more efficiently in processing everyone's case this morning. First, want to let you know that today's hearing is an evidentiary hearing and not, it's an informative hearing and not an evidentiary hearing. What that means is this: today is not going to be the day where you want to present evidence about your case. So that means don't talk about the facts of your case. Don't tell me why you have an alibi. Don't tell me that you acted in self-defense. Don't tell me what the other person did. Don't tell me why the police officers got it wrong. Don't tell me why people are lying. Don't give me any defense that you may possibly have. Save that for you and your attorney and let your attorney do the work on the back end. This is just going to be an informative hearing where I'm going to inform you of about 5 or 6 things, and then you'll be allowed to ask a question at the end. However, if your question isn't limited to one of the things that I'm going to talk about, then you probably should not ask that question, because this is being live streamed over YouTube and it is being recorded. So law enforcement can go back and look at this. So you want to make sure not to say anything that's going to be incriminating against yourself and harmful to your case. First, I'm going to go over the nature of the charges against you. I'm going to let you know what you're being charged with and if it is a misdemeanor or a felony. I'm then going to let you know if there is going to be a bond set on each charge. I will let you know the bond for each individual charge, and then I will let you know the bond amount for all charges total. I do not control the bonding out process, so don't ask me questions of how much it's going to be to get out or how do you go about bonding out. You typically have 2 ways. Either number one, you can go directly through the sheriff's department, and I'm sure some deputies or staff at the sheriff's department can assist you on the logistics of doing that. Number 2, you can use a bonding company. I can tell you, as a practicing attorney in Clayton County for over a decade, typically bonding companies are somewhere between 10% and 20% of your total bond amount. So as an easy example, if your bond amount is $1,000, 10% is $100, 20% is $200. So if your total bond amount is $1,000, typically, this is not a guarantee, but as a general rule of thumb, it will be somewhere between $100 and $200. There may be other fees associated with it, but that's just the general idea. So you can do the math on that, okay? You may have special conditions of your bond. The most typical types of special conditions are a stay away provision from a certain person. If you are told, and part of your bond conditions is to stay away from someone, it's very easy. Don't communicate with them and don't go near them. They equal jail to you. If you violate your bond condition, not only are you looking at your bond being revoked in this case, but the potential of getting a new charge for violation of a bond condition. And guess what a judge isn't going to do if you violate your bond? Give you another one. So if you're told to stay away from someone, that means no talking to them, calling, texting, Instagram, Twitter, Kik, Hinge, whatever creative way that you think that you can communicate with them, you're going to get caught. So just don't do it. Once your case is over with, or you through an attorney file a motion to modify your bond condition, then that's fine. But if you have a special condition to stay away from someone, it's best to just pretend that that person does not exist. Another special type, condition of bond could be a no violent contact. No violent contact means that you can be around that person, just don't do anything to make them think that any type of violence is going to occur. For example, yelling, cussing, screaming, kicking, punching at them, punching the air, putting holes in walls, breaking things. Anything that would indicate any type of violence is about to go down is not allowed. Again, you run the risk of violating your bond and picking up new charges. Another type of special condition is a stay away from a certain location. That could be a residential location, or it could be a commercial location. Just like the stay away from a person, if you have a stay away from a location, just do not go there. Figure out somewhere else to be, because that place is not for you. If it is a residence and you have personal belongings there, we can talk about how you can go and get your personal belongings in a legal manner. Typically, what I do is put in your bond paperwork that you are allowed to go there, but you need to make arrangements with the Clayton County Sheriff's Department to escort you. That is for your own safety, the safety of the people there, and the safety of the community as a whole. We do not want you picking up new charges, and we do not want anything to happen to you. So therefore, the Sheriff's Department will be there to make sure that nothing bad happens to anyone at that particular residence. All right. Also, I will let you know your court date. If you have all misdemeanors, your next court date will be December the 13th. If it's a mixture of misdemeanors and felonies or just felonies, your next court date is going to be December the 14th. Okay. Your next court date is your preliminary hearing. That is an evidentiary hearing, and that is where you can have a hearing and make the state prove beyond not reasonable doubt, but to a lower threshold that these charges should remain probable cause. Okay. Whether you want to actually have your preliminary hearing or not is something that you probably want to discuss with your attorney when you get to that stage. If you bond out of jail on these charges, you will not have a preliminary hearing. Your case will automatically be sent to either the solicitor's office if they are all misdemeanors, or the district attorney's office if there are any felonies. So if you bond out, you do not need to appear for your next court date on December the 13th or December the 14th. Just make sure that your information is good with the clerk's office so they know how to get in contact with you for your court date in the future. Okay. Everyone should have had an opportunity to fill out paperwork for a court-appointed attorney. If you did not fill out that paperwork, I can only assume that you are going to hire your own attorney or you want to represent yourself, which is not advisable. If you want to have a court-appointed attorney, I will review the application and see if you qualify. If you did not fill out your paperwork and have changed your mind and decided that you do want a court-appointed attorney, there may be certain questions that I need to ask you in order to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Whether you want a court-appointed attorney or you want to hire your own attorney, you can change your mind at any point in time in the process of dealing with your case, right? You'll just need to make the judge and the courts aware of what you want to do. So you can start off now with a court-appointed attorney, and then later you can hire someone. Or you can be in the middle of hiring someone and later on down the line, you can change your mind. You just have to make sure that the court is informed of what you are doing, because you don't want to end up on a trial calendar without an attorney and you really need one. All right. Lastly, I will ask if you have any questions, but remember, your questions should be limited to: what are my charges? What is my bond amount? Do I have any special conditions? When is my next court date? And whether you want to hire your own attorney or you want to have court-appointed attorney. Some of you may have all or certain charges dismissed. If your case is dismissed here, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that the charges can never come back. Maybe it was dismissed because there was a lack of evidence in the information that I was given. Maybe it was dismissed because certain elements weren't met. If I dismissed all or some of your charges, it's because there was something that was deficient in the information that was given to me. They could come back later, but they might not. I don't know. I'm not going to tell law enforcement to bring them back. That's not my role. Okay. But just please understand, just because they're dismissed now doesn't mean that later on down the road that law enforcement could either provide that information, or the district attorney's office or the Solicitor General's office could get that information. Okay. Lastly, before we begin, I just need everyone to participate, and please raise your right hand. All right. Do you swear or affirm the statements that you shall make shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can say, I do.
I do.
All right. You can put your hands down, and then we'll start with the female side first, and then we'll move over to the male side. Okay. Just make sure you speak loudly and clearly, because some of you have face coverings on and there's a delay.
The next two, just on the front stage.
Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
Jalen
Give
Bryant.
me one more.
Okay. Miss Bryant, thank you for speaking clearly. I can understand you, so that's good. All right. Miss Bryant, you were charged with one count of disorderly conduct and one charge of obstruction. Both of those are misdemeanor offenses. I have reviewed the evidence presented, and I am going to dismiss those charges against you, okay? Now, I will give you a word of caution. As you can see, even though I'm dismissing the charges against you, this could have gone completely sideways for you, right? It could have gotten a lot worse than just spending a few hours in the Clayton County Jail. So I would advise you that the next time you interact with police officers, I'm a big fan and advocate of sticking up for your rights, right, and exercising them. But there's a way to do it that's very smart, and then there's a way to do it smart but still get in trouble. Okay, so luckily for you, the judges here in Clayton County, we look at the law and we determine based on that whether these charges should move forward or not. And I have determined that they should not. And again, remember, there may be information that wasn't provided to me, so the charges could come back, but I don't know if they will or not. So just listen, you're a grown up, act accordingly. You see that officers do have a lot of power and discretion when it comes to making arrests. And so again, I don't know if this is an incident of just them not getting me enough information or it shouldn't have happened, but either way, don't come back to the Clayton County Jail. I hope to never see you again in these circumstances. Do you have any questions?
Yes, can you discuss my line?
You don't have one because the charges are being dismissed. So you're going to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, don't leave. If you don't have any other charges either here or somewhere else, then you'll be free to go. Just do not get yourself in any more trouble, and you'll be free to go once we process all the paperwork. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Don't come back. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, ma'am? You're Miss Campbell Barnes, is that correct? Okay. You just have to speak up a little bit, okay? Because you have the face covering, all right? And there's a little bit of a delay. All right, Miss Campbell Barnes, you were charged with one count of murder, which is a felony, one count of aggravated assault, which is a felony, and one count of possession of a weapon during commission of a crime, which is also a felony. At this time, I am not going to grant a bond on any of those charges, okay? Your next court date is going to be on December the 14th for a preliminary hearing. At that stage, you'll be entitled to an evidentiary hearing, but you can talk to your lawyer to see if you want to move forward with that, or they can work with the district attorney's office to discuss either modifying or getting you a bond, or working out some type of negotiated plea. But I don't know if that'll happen or not. But they'll have an opportunity to talk to the state. Okay. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I'm hiring an attorney.
Okay. Do you know who that attorney is?
Now my family working on it now.
Okay. All right. Well, just make sure that the important thing for you to relate to them is that your next court date is going to be on December the 14th for your preliminary hearing. So make sure, I mean, these are pretty serious charges. So the sooner that you can get an attorney, the better. All right. All right. Do you have any questions? All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, ma'am? All right, Miss Dennis. Just a moment. All right, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond of $1,500. You are going to have a special condition of your bond to not have any violent contact with Mr. Sharadrick Brooks. And the only reason why I put no violent contact is because there wasn't any physicality between you two. It was just stuff. Normally it'd be it'd be no contact, okay? So remember what I said earlier, don't kick things, tear things up, punch holes in walls, don't do any of that nonsense, and you won't find yourself back here, okay? Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but if you bond out, then you don't have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Or appointment for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Good morning.
Morning, what's your name, ma'am?
Jakarta Harris.
All right. Miss Harris, give me just a moment. All right, Miss Harris, you are charged with one count of simple battery, which is a misdemeanor, and one count of giving a false name, address, or date of birth, which is also a misdemeanor. On the simple battery charge, I am going to grant a bond of $2,500, and on the false name, I'm going to grant a bond of $1,000. So your total bond is $3,500. Okay. Now you're also to not have any contact with Monique Hughley. How old is your daughter?
She's 34.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're grown, she's grown. You know, yeah, I understand during the holidays, things can get heated and things like that. However, you know, we still have to make sure that we all handle ourselves in adult manner. Okay. And so sometimes things get out of hand, but I have a feeling that you know how to behave yourself. So just make sure that you don't have any contact with her until your case is over or another judge changes the bond conditions. Okay. Don't get yourself in any trouble. Now, your next court date is going to be on December the 6th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Okay. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Well, I'll get my own.
Okay. All right. Do you know who that is going to be, or you'll figure that out down the road?
No, but I'm not really sure yet.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Well, just make sure that when you find your attorney, you make sure that they file the appropriate paperwork. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Caroline Lewis.
All right, Miss Lewis. You were charged with one count of simple battery, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond of $2,500. I am going to put a special condition that you do not have any contact with Mr. Thomas Peace. Also, do not return back to 301 Poplar Point Drive. Is that your residence where you stay?
It was at the moment, but
Okay. Do you have somewhere else that you can go?
I'm gonna figure it out. I have people working on it, so as soon as they
Okay.
do that for me.
I got you. Okay. Well, I'm putting in your bond paperwork that if you need to get any belongings from that address, you most certainly can do that. I don't want you to just be out there without your stuff. I know that's important for you. But just make sure that you do it through the sheriff's department. Okay. Don't show up there by yourself or anything like that. I don't want any more trouble for you or anybody else. And they'll go with you, make sure you can get anything that is yours from the residence. Okay. Now your next court date is going to be on December the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do? Okay. All right, I will do that. Now, do you have any questions about your case?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
O'Neill, Terry O'Neill.
Okay. Ms. O'Neill, you were charged with one count of simple battery family violence, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond of $2,500. I am going to put a special condition that you do not have any contact with Michael Dixon, okay? Now, it's my understanding that y'all are living in a similar place, but not the same. Like you have your spot, he has his spot. Is that correct? Okay. I got it. All right. Well, I'm not going to say that you can't go back to that particular spot, but just don't have any contact with them. Okay. You may want to look into getting another place to live just so it's a lot easier to avoid contact. But just don't have any contact with them. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Appoint one for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
I didn't, did you repeat my bond for me, please?
Yes, $2,500. Okay. All right, anything else? All right, let's see. All right, what's your name?
Jennifer Snipes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Snipes, you are charged with one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $3,000. I am going to place a special condition that you do not have any contact with Mr. Jason Banks. Okay. Do y'all live at the same residence or no?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir. We do.
Oh, okay, you do. All right. Let me see. Well, I have this happen at a different location than what you have on your application. Well, either way, just don't have any contact with him. So wherever he is, you don't be, okay? Is he at the Marabou Lane address? All right,
Yes.
well, in order to make sure that you can safely get your stuff, I'm gonna put that you can go and get your items from that residence, okay? But if he doesn't stay there, then there's no problem. But if he does, just go with the sheriff's office, just like I told the other young ladies to do, okay? The next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You can appoint one for me, please.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Now, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
No, hell no.
Good luck for you.
Thank you.
That's who said. No, hell no. Wherever they came from is where they're going back. We're not doing that.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Lambie Sharp.
Okay.
Sharp.
All right, sir, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass. That is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond at $1,500, okay? Also, do not have any violent contact with Niamat Biashah.
Yes.
That's your sister, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to say you can't have any contact because there was no physicality between the two. It was just stuff, but don't throw things, punch holes in the walls, things of that nature, okay? If you feel yourself getting angry, just walk away, man. It's the simplest thing to do. Don't get yourself in any more trouble, okay? Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date, okay? You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You can appoint one for me, sir.
Okay, give me just a second. All right, I will do that for you, sir. Do you have any questions?
No, that's it. Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck.
Have a
sir.
good day.
All right, don't come back.
I won't.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Roderick Brooks.
All right, Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass. It is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond of $2,000. Also, do not have any violent contact with Miss Deja Dennis. Okay. A lot of criminal trespasses cases on today's calendar. So y'all didn't get into it with them physically, but there was stuff that was involved. Okay. So just don't mess with other people's stuff, man. It's very simple. Just like I told the other guy, if you get mad or something, just walk away, take a walk, drive somewhere, whatever it is that you need to do to get away from the situation. Okay. If you don't think that you can be around this person, then impose a stay away on yourself. But I'm just saying don't have any violent contact, okay? Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Oh, point 1, 2.
Okay. All right, I will do that for you. Do you have any questions about your case?
Yeah, you said $2,000. What would be the actual?
So you heard what I said earlier, right? I don't know, but typically 10 to 20%. So let's say if it's 10%, it'd be about 200. There may be some fees associated with it. If it's 20%, 400, give or take a little bit. So you're looking somewhere between 200 and 400. Now that's not a guarantee. I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you based on my experience, that's somewhere in the neighborhood. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions?
That's all.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, sir?
Cooper the third.
All right. Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, you are charged with one count of stop sign or yield sign violation, which is a misdemeanor. That bond is going to be $500. You're also charged with DUI. However, I'm dismissing that charge against you. I don't know why they charge you with DUI. It doesn't really say. It just says they charge you with DUI. I don't know. Those charges may come back, Mr. Cooper, just to let you know. This is one of those things where there's probably things that they observed that I just don't know about, but I can't keep the charge going without any information against you, okay? So just don't be shocked if that happens, all right? So you just got a $500 bond on the stop sign and you'll be good to go. Your next court date is December the 13th, but you're going to bond out on $500, so you don't need to appear for that, okay? You are entitled to an attorney. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Normally, I wouldn't do it on a stop sign violation, but given the issue with the DUI, you should probably get one. Do you have any questions about your case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name?
Jamar Dye.
All right, let's see, Mr. Dye. You are charged with one count of not having insurance, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $1,000. One count of suspended registration, misdemeanor. The bond is $1,500. One count of possession of marijuana, looks like less than an ounce. The bond is $1,500. And one count of possession of cocaine, which is a felony. The bond, which is a felony. I think I said that twice. Bond is $3,000. So your total bond is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your total bond is going to be $7,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on December the 14th. If you bond out of jail, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you know who that is right now, or you're just figure it out later?
I'm just gonna figure it out once I bond out.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any questions about your case? All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name?
Gary Feldman.
All right. Mr. Feldman, you were charged with one count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. The bond is $1,500, and then possession of drug-related objects. The bond is $1,000. They're both misdemeanors. Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
You could appoint one for me, but you said I could change any time, right?
Yes, that is correct. Is there a reason why you didn't fill out your application?
He had said you could change any time, so I thought it was going for a court appointment. That's why I had put refuse. I ain't really know. It's my first time.
Okay, all right. Well, all right. Are you currently employed?
Yeah, I got a job.
Okay. Approximately how much do you make per month?
Shit. Probably like 9 something,
What's that?
900 something.
Okay. Do you have mortgage or rent payment?
Yeah, I pay rent for my mom.
Okay, how much?
400.
Okay, that's good. Are you currently married?
No sir.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No sir.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military?
No sir.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and do that. And then if you want to hire your attorney down the road, that's fine. But at least right now you'll have an attorney on your case for future proceedings. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name?
When Terry Hudson do it,
All right. Mr. Hudson, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to put the bond at $1,500. You are not to have any violent contact with Valentina McCaskill. Okay, so just like I told other people, if you find yourself getting upset or angry or whatever, just walk away, take a walk, drive, bicycle ride. I don't know, man. Whatever you need to do to not get angry with this particular person. If you just can't be around them, then just don't be around them. Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but when you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I'll let you phone one do it.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, it says here that you have served in the military. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna grant your request, and I'm gonna make a note because I believe that Clayton County is still doing what they call veterans court. So I'm gonna mark this for potentially getting you into a special type of court that deals with people who have served in the military before. So we'll see if that can help you out and get you into some programs and things like that. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
I'll do it.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Eddie Jackson.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. the bond is going to be $1,500. And then 1 count of battery or simple battery family violence, the bond is going to be $2,500. So your total bond is going to be $4,000. Okay. Now, special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Gwegbe Hill. Okay. Just don't communicate. Don't be around that person. Also, do not go to the address 389 Lake Ridge Court in Riverdale. Okay. Now, it looks like that's a resident. So I'm going to give you the same opportunity that I gave everyone else, that if you want to get your belongings from that address, that's fine. Just go to the sheriff's department and they'll make arrangements with you to go there and get any belongings that you have. All right. Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to have a court-appointed attorney, or you can hire your own. What do you want to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Things were not signed on the paperwork. Okay, but they were on this one. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Do you have any questions about your case?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you, sir.
Oh, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir?
Malik Jones.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you were charged with 1 count of theft by receiving. It appears that that is a felony version given the nature of the item. All right. The total bond is going to be $5,000. Your next court date is going to be on December the 14th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. All right. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Court appointments, Judge.
Okay. All right. I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Stephen Jones.
Let me see. Yes, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. My understanding is that this incident involves your daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How old is your daughter?
20 years old.
Okay. And she stays with you?
Yes, sir.
Is she in school or is she working or both?
Working.
And it's your residence, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anybody else that lives there besides you and your daughter?
My wife and we have other kids that stay there as well. 4 other kids.
Okay. How old are they?
7, 10, 12, and 15.
Okay. All right. So you've got a full house, Mr. Jones. I've reviewed this and I'm dismissing the case against you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, seems like you're doing a good job. You got a full house, seem to be taking care of your business as a father and things like that, which is very commendable. Look, just like I told other people, right? I know that things can get heated between family members and things like that, but just try to be smart about how you handle situations. I don't agree with the law, well, how the officer interpreted the law. I don't think you did anything wrong. I don't think you did something that was smart. Okay. But I don't think you did anything illegal. And so just be sure that if you find yourself getting heated and you're frustrated, try to find a more creative, less harmful way to display that, because you do have young children around, and they're gonna mold themselves after your example. Okay, so even though you may have been in the right, think about how they're going to react and see that in the future, and they may end up like some of the other people here, where they didn't cause violence to the person, but they destroyed property, and look at what happened to them. Okay, so just be smart about it, and set a good example for your children. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. So as long as you don't have any charges here in Clayton County or anywhere else, let us process this paperwork and you'll be free to go. Good luck to you, and don't come back.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. What's your name, sir?
That's Terrell Kirkland.
All right. Mr. Kirkland. Mr. Kirkland, you were charged with one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor, battery family violence, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond at $3,000. And I am going to set a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Latresa Kirkland. Okay. Now I understand that this may not be a biological parent, but it's somebody that you live with. Is that correct?
It's my biological mom. This is
Oh.
it's my mom, my 7-month-old, and my girlfriend and my uncle that all stay in the house, and my 8-year-old sister.
I got you. Oh, okay. I read, well, it says live-in son, so I didn't know if that literally meant somebody that she just kind of adopted in or biological, but I understand. All right, well, here's the deal.
Also, Your Honor, I have a question. I have a
Okay,
statement.
you'll have an opportunity to ask a question. Do not make a statement, because I've already told you don't do that. Okay, don't do that. It's not good for you. Okay. Now here's the problem, Mr. Kirkland. I can't allow you to go back to that residence, at least not right now. So don't go back there. But just like I told everyone else, you can go with the sheriff's department and get your things. You're just going to have somewhere else to stay until either two things happen. Number one, your case is resolved, meaning that your case is closed and there's no conditions upon you. Or number two, you work with your lawyer and file a motion to modify your bond conditions that would allow you to go back there. I have to look at every case the same. So there was something physical that happened, allegedly, between you and this person, and right now y'all aren't mixing well. I don't know what their feelings are towards you or your feelings are towards them, but I don't want it to get any worse, so it's best that y'all just stay away from each other. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on December the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I would like one appointed. Also,
Okay.
I was going to.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Hold on. All right, I will grant that. Now, what is your question?
Okay, Your Honor, I have work tomorrow. I have work all this week. As a matter of fact, Christmas is coming up. I have a
Good.
7-month-old.
Okay.
I'm also trying to leave my mom's house. She
You're making
told
a
me when I was
statement. Listen, you're making a
Also-
statement. What is your question?
my question is, can you lower my bond a little more, like 200 or a signature bond? I can pay the money, but it's just by being so close to Christmas, I just spent money before I came here. I spent money on Thanksgiving for my family.
I got you. Well, unfortunately, the answer is no, because I have to treat you just like I treat everyone else. And I forgot to make this announcement, but typically when I do first appearance, I make the announcement to not ask for a signature bond because it's already been considered. And it just doesn't happen. All right. So, I mean, other counties, your bond would be over $5,000. Some would be 10. 3,000 is extremely fair, given the circumstances. Okay. So, I heard you. I appreciate your argument, but I'm not going to do that. All right. Do you have any other questions?
You said the next court date will be December 13th.
That's right. But if you bond out, you don't need to go to that court date. Okay.
Also, another thing with my bond situation, I don't literally have nobody over 25 to sign my bond.
I don't control that. Yeah, that's I don't know. There's nothing, I'm a judge. I can't control that.
Sorry, Your Honor. I appreciate you.
All right,
Thank
no
you.
problem. Take care. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name, sir?
The law officer.
All right. Mr. Lawfer, you are charged with one count of loitering, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $1,000, and then one count of giving a false name. The bond is $1,000. So your total bond is $2,000. Okay. Also, please do not go back to 7234 Terra Boulevard. I assume that you just you just pulled over and that's where you were. That's not any place of significance to you. Is that right?
I stay across the street in the Camelot Village. I had just got argument with my girlfriend. Walked
I
across the
got
street, terrible.
I got you. I understand. You know, hey, remember what I said? Don't say anything that could mess up your case. I get it. All right. Look, man, I mean, I understand you did the right thing because you didn't pick up a charge with your girlfriend. So I commend you for that. So thank you. But just work with your lawyer on this one, man. It'll get worked out. This is nothing that you can't overcome in the future. Next court date is December the 13th. But you're going to bond out so you don't have to appear for that court date. Okay. You have the right to hire an attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I would like a court appointed attorney, sir.
Okay. All right. Wait, how much did you put down that you make per month?
1,000.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if that was 1 or a 7. Because if it was a 7,
Oh, no.
if it was a 7, I need to know what you're doing. All right.
Oh, sorry.
I got you. All right. Let's see. Give me a second. Yeah, I mean, it was close to being a dismissal, but I don't have to have this much. I only have to have this much, man. And so even though I don't particularly like certain charges, it's not my job to say what I do and don't like. I just have to follow the law. Okay. But again, total bond is $2,000. Don't go back to that particular location. Do you have any questions?
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Good luck to you, man. Please don't come back.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm. All right. What's your name, sir?
Nathan Leverett, sir.
All right, Mr. Leverett. Let's see here. You are charged with one count of criminal trespass. The bond is going to be, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $2,000. And then you have a misdemeanor obstruction charge. The bond is going to be $1,000. They're both misdemeanors. You do have a special condition not to return back to the Atlanta International Airport unless you are either working there or you're there for travel. So if you don't have a plane ticket or you're not working there, just don't go back to the airport until your case is over, okay? Because it doesn't look like that's any good for you. Your next court date is going to be on December 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Manoj Smith, sir.
Okay, Mr. Smith, looks like you are, hold on a second, let me get my paperwork. All right, looks like you were charged with one count of red light violation or traffic control device. That's a misdemeanor. Your bond is $500. One count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Let me see here. Oh yeah, it's marijuana. They have it as a felony. I'm downgrading it to a misdemeanor because it doesn't say how much. It just says a large amount. I have no idea what that means. Legally speaking, there's no such thing as a large amount of marijuana. Doesn't exist. It's either more or less than an ounce. So I'm moving that down to a misdemeanor. And then also you were charged with possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. I'm dismissing that charge completely because there is no nexus between the drug charge and gun charge. So all in all, Mr. Smith, you have a total bond of $3,000, $500 for the red light, and then $2,500 for the misdemeanor marijuana charge. Now, remember what I said earlier about charges coming back and things like that. They may upgrade those charges. I have no idea. Okay, but at least right now, that's what it's going to be. Okay, your next court date is going to be on. I did not fill this out. Next court date is going to be on December the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I will have my own attorney, sir.
Okay. Do you know who that's going to be?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Edmund.
Who?
His last name is Edmund. That's the name of the attorney. I had him for a couple of years. I'm not sure first name. I forgot his first name.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, I guess that could be a good thing or a bad thing if you've had to hire them before. So just make sure that they know to file the appropriate paperwork with the court when your court date comes. Okay. Do you have any questions about your case?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I bond out today if I already have money? Because when I got arrested, I had $400 on me cash.
Mhm.
I'm one. Put it in the machine. Put that on the bond right now.
Okay, well, I don't care. You can bond out whenever you can bond out, sir. Is just let the paperwork. I've got to deal with the other people, and then I'm going to send this to the sheriff's department. So once your paperwork is processed and the bonds amounts are set, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, how you go about doing that, I don't have any control over, right? But you have bonds, so if you can bond out, you can bond out. I don't have an issue with it. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. What's your name, sir?
We.
Okay. Mr. Williams? Okay. All right, Mr. Williams, you were charged with 1 count of murder, which is a felony, 1 count of aggravated assault, which is a felony, and 1 count of possession of a weapon during commission of a crime, which is a felony. At this time, I'm not going to grant a bond on any of the charges. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on December the 14th for your preliminary hearing, which will be an evidentiary hearing where you can have your lawyer have the state present their case to see if there's probable cause. Okay. I believe you have the female co-defendant is here with you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's a little bit of a delay between when I speak and then you're speaking, so that's why I hesitated. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Hire an attorney.
Okay, so you want to hire your own. Do you know who that's going to be, or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
I don't know yet.
all right. That's fine. Well, just make sure that, just like I told the young lady, make sure they know your next court date is coming up very quickly on December the 14th, and these are very serious charges. So you don't want to waste any time trying to get them to file their paperwork, okay? Do you have any questions?
What's up?
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Tim Wilson.
All right, Mr. Wilson, you were charged with 1 count of driving under the influence. The bond is, hold on. Let me see if this is the one. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Driving under the influence, the bond is $3,000. It's a misdemeanor. Improper lane change misdemeanor, the bond is $500. No insurance misdemeanor, the bond is $1,000. No registration misdemeanor, the bond is $1,000, and open container violation, the bond is $500. So your total bond is 3, 4, 5, 6. Total bond is $6,000. Your next court date, because all of these are misdemeanors, is December the 13th. You do have a right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do? Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No.
What's that?
So,
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. All right, that's all that I have.
All right, you're on. Mike.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you. Y'all have a good one as well. Take care.
yes, sir.